Hey, I'm Chris P. I'm the creator of Downtown,
And I'm George Krstic. I was the story editor on Downtown.
and this is gonna be our little commentary track here. All right, so yeah, you're seeing Goat there. This is a good. Goat's a good friend of ours.
We went to school with him.
Yeah, and Goat likes to get drunk and smoke. It's good.
And that's why he's doing it now.
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
cartoon.
yeah, exactly. Just not unlike us, how we're drunk while we're doing the commentary. It's pretty good.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, look at that. They're talking. It's pretty good. The Crab Nebula. Yeah.
So it's interesting to note that our series usually start with destruction.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's true.
it is true.
It's true. It's interesting to note that was before 9/11.
That was
That
way
this
before.
was way
This was
before. So
97, 98?
yeah, we this aired actually in 99,
99.
but we probably wrote it in 98.
Yeah.
And we were not they're saying destroy the World Trade Center when we're making this, but
Not at all.
yeah.
Not at all.
Anyway, this is this kind of copy machine thing is kind of loosely based on a friend of ours' experience working in a copy machine.
Well, actually, a lot of this show is based on our experiences.
It's true.
Or people that we talk to.
It's true.
Why don't you kind of break down the whole genesis of Downtown, of how it came to be? And
Yeah. So
you were working at MTV for a few years.
yeah, I was working on Beavis and Butthead. Beavis and Butthead was a show I was working on right before this deal happened, and there's a guy, Eric Calderon, who worked there, and he was a development guy, and he's a good friend of ours still to this day. And he was like, "Hey man, you should pitch a show." And I was like, "Yeah, okay, I'm too busy. Like, I gotta keep working." He kept riding me, pitch a show. So I was like, "Okay," and came up with a bunch of ideas. The last of which, the day before I went into the pitch, was Downtown, which I was like, I guess I should make something for MTV. And
didn't you say it was like a one sentence?
yeah, it was
at
like
the
one
very-
sentence. Took a frame from my student film, slapped it on a page, and was like, "Yeah, Downtown." So the executive listens to the whole pitch, walks out, gets coffee during the pitch. I'm like, "All right, I fucked this up." And then at the end, they're like, Downtown, he likes it, you got a show. I mean, not quite that simple, but something like that. And then I was like, shit, I gotta come up with some concept for the show now. And we're like, I was like, we'll go like around and talk to kids and people and just kind of talk to friends of mine and talk to people around town, and went to the Lower East Side and recorded people's real conversations, and that's what we thought the show was going to be. And then they were like, "No, you got to write it." And then I was like, "I don't know nothing about that." And they're like, "You got to choose a writer." And since it's MTV and they don't know what they're doing, they're like, "Choose whoever the fuck you want." And I was like, shit, I'll call my friend George, who's, working on live action shows in San Diego, and see if he wants to move back to New York and live in a stinking hellhole and make some cartoons instead of like following a logical career choice. And that's when I gave you that
I only
call
stayed,
there.
if I only stayed there, I'd be directing Van Helsing 2 now. Hooray!
So why don't you tell from when I gave you that call there?
Well, first of all, I just like to address this scene here. And
Oh yeah.
Serena is kind of based, and this whole situation is based on when we were at SVA.
Yeah.
We would go to Forbidden Planet, right?
Yeah.
Was that it?
Forbidden Planet or St. Mark's Comics.
Yeah.
St. Mark's Comics, I think, was where they usually had the hot goth chicks
Yeah.
working behind the
And
counter.
they always had the smoking hot goth chick that would look at you like you were, like you weren't there. And I was always in love with each and every one of them. And I was always ashamed to like bring my purchase of, whatever, a 1942 Wolverine but like 3 of them in the box to them.
Look at that. That was obviously the Enterprise. How did we get away with that?
We got
get
away
that
with
cleared?
murder on this show, man. Like,
MTV
didn't you
doesn't
just see
care to
Mr.
get
T?
things cleared.
Yeah.
The
They don't
actual
care.
Mr. T, actual Enterprise, they don't give a shit.
Yeah, check it out,
Yeah.
bitches. All right.
Exactly. That's why we're so ballsy about releasing a DVD without their permission.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
they're
are they
not
going to
come
do?
get us.
Are they going to seize our assets? I got a few comic books left. That's about it. You know,
Exactly.
you can fucking have them. They're all alpha flights. So going back to the story, I was working on live action shows in San Diego, low budget stuff that no one watched, or when they did watch it, they were usually drunk. Chris called me and said, "Hey, do you know what a story editor does?" And I said, "No." And he said, "Well, do you want to do it?" And I said, "Yeah, why not?" So I packed up and moved out to New York, and I was made story editor of an animated series, which I think they're incredibly stupid to do. First of all, they were stupid to give it to you.
Oh, wait, here. Mass Stories is a diner that was in Bordentown, New Jersey, which is where I grew up.
And you used to do this. You used to eat this disgusting shit,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I used to play on the Mass Stories diner soccer team as a youth. So there you go. There's my little shout out to Mass Stories.
Word.
Yeah.
So here we have Alex.
Yeah.
Alex is our main character.
Alex is an amalgam of any one of us, like George
Oh,
and
look,
myself
dude, that's
and
just
any
like in
one of our
Scooby-Doo. You
friends.
could see the drawer they were going to pull out.
Yeah, there you go.
Sorry, animation joke.
Well,
that was him jerking off,
actually,
right?
him jerking off was
Yeah.
actually when they focus group this episode, which focus groupings when they show it to a test audience. They actually did the knob-based focus group, which is where the kids watch the show and they turn a little knob and they it spikes up. You get a little kind of averaged out bar graph, little graph when it's done, and the highest peak of the show was when Alex went to masturbate.
Well,
kids love
kids love masturbation.
Masturbation.
Who doesn't?
There you go.
So, yeah, Alex, our main character.
Anyway, yeah, he's like.
He jerks off.
Yeah, he likes to jerk off. Just that's reality, jerking off.
There you
Look
go.
at this transition. This is a crazy
That was nice.
transition.
Oh,
Who can
look at
comprehend
that.
that?
Look at that.
That's mind
You
blowing.
could never do that in Cartoon Network, man. That's where we work right now, but I'm
yeah.
sure we'll get fired soon.
Yeah, Cartoon Network. It's a great place.
It is.
We
No,
love it.
I truly enjoy
Yeah.
driving to work every day.
It's good. I have to say, the creative staff is great. That's all I'll say.
Moving on. So,
Anyway.
so Alex is kind of an amalgam, you were saying.
Hey, you know what? For those of you, I guess you have a DVD player if you're watching this, go back and rewind a little bit. You'll see that Jen's eyes pop off and on there.
Really?
There's a retake that we couldn't call there. As they do it, you'll notice that. Eyes pop on and off. All right, so, this is like a kind of standard New York apartment. Crappy. Yeah. Now we moved out to L.A. after we finished making this. You could get a somewhat nicer apartment out here than in New York. This is pretty accurate. The kind of dirty, smelly feel that you can glean from the art style here was pretty accurate. I think it was pretty important, actually, to live in New York while making a show about New York. I think it came pretty, a little bit more, realistic or something.
Well, they say if you hate something, you write it better. Or you draw it better.
I loved New York when I lived in New York. But now that I live in L.A., this was always a shot that bothered me, Chuck. It was pretty off-model there.
Shut the fuck up. This thing looks beautiful, you asshole.
Oh, see where they're throwing the cushions out
Yes.
here? This is an actual thing that we did in college. Our good friend John Weisgerber, who is getting married, who will probably be married by the time that he sees this. So,
Everyone's getting married this year.
So congratulations to John and Elizabeth
That's
for
Midget.
getting married.
That's your dog right there.
Yeah, Midget. That's Midget, my dog.
Mecca
That's
has
very
a big ass.
politically correct name for a dog there.
Yes.
Yeah, see that color? That's mood there. That's what we did.
Oh my
That's what we
God.
call mood. But anyway.
Sorry, animation in joke. I apologize profusely.
But anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, John Weisgerber had a couch, and when we were in college, and at the end of the year, we were too lazy to bring it down through the stairs, so we just took it, busted it into pieces, and threw it out the window.
It was like a 6th-floor apartment.
Yeah,
right?
and almost killed a person. Yeah. I think Goat was probably involved in that, too.
I'm sure he was passed out on the floor in his own vomit.
Yeah. That is the way of Goat.
Yes, that certainly is the way of Goat. So, Shaka, tell us a little about her. She's based on actually Mecca, both of them.
Yeah, Shaka and Mecca were based on kind of characters, people that we met. It's actually kind of an amalgam of like 3 different girls that we met when we were walking around interviewing people downtown.
Little Star Trek reference there.
Yeah, it was the first time that we went out. Again, it was Eric Calderon and I that went out when we were developing the show, and kind of met these 2 girls who I think were probably on speed and talked a mile a minute. And
but they were young.
They were young. They were like 16 years old. You know, it was about the age of the. You know, I have to say we were damn accurate with the ages of the shows. Like, we didn't use people who were.
I can't believe we got away with that.
Yeah. Yeah, Cartoon Network's a little different with their standards and practices department. But we used accurate ages for the voice actors. We didn't even use actors. You know, we pretty much just used people that we met. You know, there were very few, if any. I don't think we used any voice actors. When we didn't use people that we met on the street, we used friends of ours to do the voices. So that's why they're a little rough around the edges, but I think it contributes.
That's what you wanted.
Yeah, I think that was the germ of the idea of the show. Although I'll tell you, our experience in LA working with real voice actors, you don't always get perfect takes from them either. Actually, sometimes you wish you were working with people off the street.
But here's Matt and Fruity.
Yeah.
And I thought they did an amazing job with the acting.
Fruity was actually based on a good friend of mine whose nickname was Fruity. And he went on to become one of the actors in the Budweiser "What's Up" commercials.
Yes,
he was actually the guy who had kind of like the buckwheat haircut.
Oh, there's Midget pissing.
Yeah.
She's got the crazy look on her face, too.
Yeah.
Now, remember, this was from the pilot. This is what you
this
showed
little
me.
sequence was actually from the pilot.
When I showed up to New York and I was like, what am I doing again?
Yeah.
You showed me this and I was like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
We got to make this shit into a show.
Exactly. Which actually the pilot will probably put on this DVD. We'll definitely put on this DVD. So look
for
in
that,
the
kids.
special features section.
Ooh,
You can find
License
this
to
shit
Pete.
from the pilot. Yeah.
Well,
These backgrounds were actually painted by Easy De La Rosa.
Dead
Who
now.
was he is actually deceased. And but he was a great guy. He was a very misogynistic, dirty old man
With
who
guns,
worked in
no
MTV,
less.
who had guns.
Look at
and
that.
liked to
That's
shoot
nice.
things.
Look at that.
Yeah, you know, we did that shot in New York. Actually, we couldn't get them to do that right in Hanyang. Hanyang actually was a studio who did the post and compositing on this. One of the first studios that we knew of who was geared up to do digital ink and paint. This was the first show at MTV, and one of the first shows, I think, to do digital ink and paint entirely. We used an animation studio called SOB, which stands for Slightly Off Beat. And then they outsourced the in-betweening cleanup and digital ink and paint to Hong Ying, who's I think was a really good studio at the time.
I don't know what the fuck you just said.
Yeah, we avoided using Korea, believe it or not.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You use China.
Yeah, New Zealand and
Zealand
China.
and China,
yeah.
yeah.
Which New Zealand is a much more fun place to visit.
Please
than
tell me about your
Korea.
visit. If
Yeah,
you for the kids.
Yeah, they got strip clubs with 15-year-old girls dancing in them.
They have no age of consent. Is that correct?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
you could do some power speedboating.
Yes.
You could do whitewater speedboating.
And you can fight the Urukai out there in New
You
Zealand.
can. At the time, Xena was the big show that was being done in New Zealand, although, you know, now it's Lord of the Rings. Although on the Lord of the Rings DVD, in the special... Anyway, in the Lord of the Rings DVD, in the special features, you could see that the cast goes whitewater speedboating I actually did that very whitewater speedboating when I was in New Zealand overseeing this show. So there you go. Look at that.
You can't do that now. You can't do that now. That's like when you watch the Warner Brothers cartoons and cry because it's so good.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about this show. We're never going to be able to get
You're
this
going to see
quality
a
again.
shot of Goat where he turns to the side, I think coming up pretty soon, where it was a very interesting retake. Maybe it's after this. Oh wait, I think it. I can't remember where it was.
This is
Well,
good,
anyway.
like the helicopter. I like that a lot.
Yeah, that's the Men in Black.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
MIBs.
Oh, this was the shot.
Yeah.
Where Goat actually pivoted. You know what? I'm gonna digress and not talk about that because it's too complicated. But anyway, yeah. Here we go. So Jen, she was an interesting character. We met this girl in Washington Square Park, and we tried to use the actual girl to do the voice, but she kind of clammed up during the audition. So we used.
Oh look, he's going to talk about Star Trek again.
Yeah, there we go.
Every other New Yorker who isn't a millionaire.
Jen's right, man. You cannot give up.
Oh, now look, it's interesting to note that watch
Yes.
that he's wearing with the mud flap chick on it is the very same watch that the very same character Goat, who now has apparently grown up and moved to Jersey City to become a junk man, uses in the show Megas XLR,
Correct,
which
sir.
is the show that we're working on now with the character Goat in it.
Yes. And he had a Xena thing there.
It's true.
See, we got away with murder,
We actually
man.
got that cleared. I think we wrote an ass-kissing letter.
Yes, I had to write
Yeah,
it.
that
I
George
remember.
wrote to whoever makes Xena
Yeah.
to basically say, we love Xena, please.
Oh,
Look at
yeah.
that. Animated by Eugene Salandra.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
There we go.
one of animation's great directors, actually.
Exactly.
Yes. And Goat's peace sign. You want to talk about that?
Oh, yeah. That's
It's not
an
really
inverted
a
peace sign. It's kind of meant to represent a piece of a woman's anatomy.
Yes.
Hey, guys.
This shot looks pretty bad, but you should have seen the initial shot. That I think was a take 3 on Alex
You're an
screaming
asshole
out
because all of this looks amazing. I'm sorry. Trust me, I know animation. Actually, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
I see you're a picture on the Goth Chick of the Week
Look at that.
That's sunset.
That is
you
a
can tell
stylized
because the
background?
background is red.
Yeah.
There's kind of a progression through the day. It starts in the morning and kind of goes into the evening in this shot.
Now, here, what we're in right now is something we term the fugue.
Yeah.
And this was kind of a stylistic thing to the show.
Yeah, basically, initially when we pitched the show, we kind of just to literally portray the stories of these kids on the street would be kind of boring. So we thought that we would use the medium of animation to its fullest and kind of portray the imagery that they're talking about. So you can see, in this section, also there's quite a bit of ad lib. We'd write an initial script and the kids would kind of go off on it, like these guys. There's some, if you really listen to the dialogue here, I think it's pretty, improper usage of, parts of speech and shit. I don't know.
Shit, we didn't go to Harvard.
Ask Jack Monaco about that shit.
Jack Monaco being one of our staff writers on our Cartoon Network show that we're soon to get fired from.
Yeah, we're getting kind of drunk, so
Yeah.
Jack Monaco, forgive us both for fucking up your name.
Yes.
Yeah.
See what cartoons do to you? They break your soul and make
Yeah.
you drink a lot.
It's true.
Don't
All
make
animators
cartoons.
are alcoholics.
Do
as far
not
as
make
I know.
cartoons.
Yeah.
Be an investment banker or dentist.
Yeah.
And if you're young, stop buying Toy Biz products and go kiss girls.
It's
Even
true.
if you are a girl.
Yeah, especially if you are a girl. We cut out the scene that one of the other writers wanted to have in there. It was a very good move.
It was
I
the
think.
cat scene, right?
Yeah.
Something with the cat, right?
Yeah.
Fuck the cat.
It was a good move.
Yeah.
I think.
I agree.
Yeah. Sometimes when the show is long, and you can cut out the scene that was bad, it gives you a good excuse to cut that scene.
That's true.
See ya, Chaka. Mr. Peeper says night-night.
What is she gonna do? She's evil? Maybe? Who knows?
Don't move. Just follow my directions.
Oh, this is the demons, right?
The demons
The
are coming
demons.
for him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the demons.
You know what'll fix that? Ambien. You want to tell us anything about Ambien, George? I'm sorry.
It's wonderful when used with beer.
For you kids out there, you know, if you're looking for a cheap and somewhat legal high, combine Ambien with beer and you'll be all set.
Read comic books while you do it.
Yeah. Batman will come to life for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, the skeletons will come and pay homage to you.
They will.
I'm so beat. Don't worry, I can sleep on the floor though.
Where's the van? What the hell happened? Where have you been?
Ugh, don't freak. This guy stole it and I had to
So
track
the
him down.
relationship
It's been a
between
whole day since
Shaka
anyone suspected anything.
and Alex
Then
is
I
slightly
had to
based
break
on
his
my
leg,
relationship
forced him
with
to bring
my
it
younger
back.
brother.
Parked right outside and
Because
the boss
he
will
was,
thank me, okay?
God, Chucky,
At
you
this
really
stage,
are
he
a
was the
brilliant
Mac,
liar.
whereas
Fine,
I'd sit
don't
at home
worry.
and jerk off to Star Trek
Can I stay
comics.
anyway?
He'd be out with like a new chick every night.
Exactly.
So this is kind of working out a bit of my frustration with
I'll
that.
make you coffee in the morning, maybe.
It's interesting, this graffiti on the wall here. It says Pete sucks, commie bastard, which you know, I didn't really have any part in. It was kind of the storyboard artist just happened to think that was a good amount of graffiti there, and I always wondered what the Chinese studio thought about that, being communists, that it said commie bastard on the wall.
I'm sick of waiting downstairs.
I'm sure they couldn't read it.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, look at that.
Toby,
Hey, look, here's some credits here. Who knows about that?
Yeah. Whoa, where's my name? Whoa, hey! Oh my God! Wait a minute, but you gotta hold on the real hard ones.
Okay.
Okay,
here we
hold
come.
on. Wait. Oh,
They're
Jesus
coming
Christ!
up.
Oh.
They're coming up.
Okay, that's good. What?
Oh,
One
Oh.
Mississippi, two Mississippi.
the end. All right, that was fun.
More beer, please.
That's a good time, man.
It is. It is.